You go back to the WWF, Quebecers once again. It's sort of just a continuation of the amazing French Canadians outfits and looks and everything, and the three hairs of Jacques Rougeau. But I've got to ask you, and I'm sure you've been asked this a billion times: Brawl for All. I love the Brawl for All. Nobody else loves the Brawl for All. I've interviewed Savio Vega, Mark Mero. Who else? A couple of other people from the Brawl for All, and I'd love to get your perspective on it. So, who was the first person to suggest, hey, we're doing this real fighting thing, and would you like to be part of it?
Bruce Pritchard. With Bruce, it was like I was home, it was my family. It was this Sunday or something. I was a lot of people. We were in the pool, we're having fun, and then the phone rings, and I pick it up. Was no sales that much back then, so I pick it up. And, hey, Carl, it's Bruce Pritchard. How are you? Great. Vince got a great idea for you. Oh, Vince got a great idea for me. What is it? Yeah, it's a tournament. It's gonna be like a short tournament. With 20-ounce glove and takedowns, and this is gonna be a real fight. Uh, okay, so that's a great idea. It's got for me. Yeah, yeah, you would go against Doctor Death, the Steve Williams for your first fight. Uh, yeah, okay, I'm in. You know, but he went with the whole bracket. If you go to the final, total you can make 250 at 5,000 per match. If you go to a quarter, it's 25. If you go to semi, it's 50. If you go to the final, it's that much. But if you win the whole thing, whatever. I came up with all the numbers, and going to be 16 participants, and so it was giving me the names, and I said, okay, but maybe I had like 2 weeks, to I was, and I never did boxing before. I didn't even know what a takedown was back then, like a real proper takedown. I never wrestled in high school or anything like that. All my background in wrestling came from professional wrestling. So I had Phil LaFon showing me a few things one time when we were training. Like, I didn't know much about amateur wrestling. So it was knowing the reputation of Steve Williams, being a four-time All-Americans, former Oakland Raiders football players. He had such a reputation. He was such a bully too. I've seen him, beating up some guys, like students and things like that. He was just like one of those guys, just to just bully everybody around. So I took the match, and then I remember wrestling one time before a Brawl for All, and he was watching my match just to see how I was, wrestling, and he was really studying everything I was doing. And then eventually we got on, and Road Warrior Hart came to me before the fight, and he said, yeah, Steve, Steve, he's pretty crazy, man. This is when he tags you, just take a dive, just lay there, and he won't hurt you, And I look at Mike and say, Mike, seriously, I want to win this thing. I'm not gonna take a dive. Like, go back to Steve and tell him he's in for the fight of his life. I don't give a fuck about his fucking whatever he wants, 5 grand. I'm gonna get it anyways. I'm gonna lose. So he said, okay, I warned you. So I went with Steve, and that's it. I gave everything I had, and yeah, I surprised a lot of people. I think everybody was expecting me to get beat up badly, and I didn't even get knocked out, or didn't get even injured. Everybody got injured in that tournament. I took him down a couple of times. Yeah, I was pretty happy. I wish I could have done better, but I didn't have time to prepare. I was not ready
No,
for it.
I mean, especially because you know, I mean, apparently you've got no experience and you're going up against someone with huge experience, even if he's, you know, a couple of years, you know, removed from that. I mean, it was a very good acquittal, and also he's punching you in the back of the head quite a few times as well. I actually watched it just before I came to speak to
Oh,
you.
the thing is, with one eye, like every time you try to face with the eye that you
Yeah.
can see. You can't look. It's hard to stay square face to face, so you kind of sideways all the time. It's even me watching it after, it's different. But I was going for the home run, and I was going with knowing what I know now, I would just stay compact and I would just try to hit the target, you know. But I
Sure.
was trying to go for the big knockout all the time, and every time I was missing and throwing all that energy, I'd put so much energy into every big, you know, telegraph punch. So I so much wanted to knock him out on his ass. I,
I will ask a couple more things. I love the Brawl for All, I'll tell you. Just right, so obviously there was no athletic commission looking over this because I doubt they would have cleared you if you had a patch over one eye. So
yeah.
this was Wild West times. And before you went out, did Jim Ross ever get in touch with you and say, that Doctor Death, oh, he's going to be a tough one, he's going to get you?
No, I didn't. I didn't. No, I. Jim was always good with me during my time in WWE. He wrote me nice Christmas letter. He was a fan for a while. Yeah, he was pushing for me. I had Jim at one point. Yeah, really in my corner. I felt like he really liked me. He wrote me a nice letter, Christmas card, or birthday card. Yeah, or yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
No, it didn't say be careful or you're gonna get killed.
And one more thing, you've got a WWF referee who's never refed a fight in his life as your referee. Did that worry you at all when you were looking at Jack Doan and thinking, why are you refereeing this fight?
Yeah, I knew Jack because he was a ring crew guy. So I knew Jack for a long time, though. Like I knew he was, you know, coming up and things like that as a referee. But I didn't even know like he never refereed before. But I felt they should have let the match. They tried to push Steve during my fight because they stopped the match with 8 seconds to go, and I don't feel I was in danger at all because Steve had no power in his punches anymore. Like he was out of gas, and he could not hurt me with 8 seconds to go. So I felt they wanted to make it look like a KOT, you know,
Mm-hmm.
technical knockout, and I didn't like that. I know the call came from
From the
the
back.
guerrilla position. That wasn't Jack taking his own decision. Jack was not refereeing shit, you know.